Well, Carolyn has said most of what I planned to say. So I'll give you maybe a different spin on some of the same things. Wow, how exciting it is to be here, because I remember those days in the early 1990s when bilingual education was incredibly controversial in California. In fact, then and even now, I believe that the state requires that all instruction be in English in California schools. And one of the early hurdles that we had to overcome was to figure out a way around that. So we asked parents to sign waivers to be in the first Spanish Immersion program. You know, in the 1990s, globalization was really becoming very large on the horizon, not only in California, but throughout the world. We in California border the Pacific Ocean, and English, of course, Mandarin and Spanish are the major languages of the Pacific Rim. As Carolyn said, Amado Padilla, when he ran for the school board, had as a major plank in his platform creation of a Spanish immersion program. I did some calculations. It took almost 2 years for him to be successful as a board member to make that happen. Because of his efforts, our first program was established at Fairmeadow School. You know, it's my strong belief that after having been in education now for a long time, 50 some odd years, I can't believe that our school boards represent one of the finer models of democracy in action. Community members supported the notion of a Spanish immersion program, and they made it happen. Amado's work was slow going, but successful. But the real work was on the ground, right here in our schools. The establishment of Spanish immersion took time, considerable time. And were it not for the parents involved in this program, I doubt that we'd be here today celebrating our 20th anniversary. There were a lot of naysayers. Some people said a choice program in a neighborhood school will cause too much traffic. Others said a choice program in a neighborhood school will compromise the integrity of neighborhood schools. Now, those of you who've been in Palo Alto for as long as I have know that there probably isn't anything more sacred than a neighborhood school. Others said that often but the parent advocates for the program were really using your children as pawns to somehow destroy California's law for an English-only state. So the going was tough, but we made it. And one of the reasons that this program is so incredibly successful is because of CPAPA, a parent group organized, focused to make Spanish immersion part of the program. You know, it just wasn't those parents working on behalf of Spanish immersion that made Spanish immersion successful. I still enjoy a privilege of doing some consultation here in the school district. And my mantra has become teaching and learning, teaching and learning, teaching and learning. And I want to really identify as our original heroes, followed by many others, Maria Antuna and Magdalena Pretoria, who really saved the day for Spanish immersion. And what you don't know is you survived the many, many criticisms that were directed towards people who are afraid of a second language, people who are afraid that the concept of the neighborhood school would be somehow compromised. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Maria, and all the other teachers who made it what it is. You know, our promise was that the kids in this program would achieve at or above grade level. That promise was fulfilled thanks to the district's teachers. Our current superintendent, Max McGee, has a new and I think re-energized support of world languages programs. Your principal here at Escondido School is the first, to my knowledge, Spanish-speaking, fluent Spanish-speaking principal. He's also been appointed a leadership role in the development or maintenance or enhancements of the district's World Languages program. We also have, for the first time, a full-time assistant principal, Alida Barrera Cruz, to serve as to assist principals both here and at Escondido School with the supervision, with the evaluation, and the further development of both Spanish and the Mandarin program. Carolyn's standing up. I think that's a signal, and I'm almost finished. You know, 20 years ago, our then superintendent, Jim Brown's goal, vision, whatever you want to call it, was that Palo Alto would graduate students proficient in one or more of the languages of the Pacific Rim. That goal has been achieved. So a great deal of credit goes to Amado, to Jim, to the teachers, and your students. Thank you and congratulations.